Hello, this is a Gold 1 Diva review, and the post on this one mentions that it just turned into the game fell apart at the end. And so they asked if anything can be improved. We'll see how bad it gets. But going forward, it's a little awkward to play defense on Diva here. On any hybrid map or control point map, really. But they're coming in. Let's see, they got Orisa. Yeah, and I think you're just forcing this way too early. It's fine to just look and matrix, and then the play is when Orisa comes in and the rest of the DPS come in, then you can sort of drop down on them and go for a burst kill, but doing it now is not going to work. Okay, and maybe you were just bumping them for damage. I don't really do that play, but some people like to just bump people whenever they can, but... Yeah, and just you're using your full matrix and taking quite a bit of damage. They should not be able to start winning the point from a safe place, which is what they're doing. So just play a little more cover, be a little more patient. And that's still kind of a little too soon, but you were closer that time. Like, they were about to... Yeah, like, they were about to get to the point where you can burst kill them. But at least here they were concerned with your team because they were walking up, so you'll at least live, but... Yeah, like, they react heavily because they weren't really committed yet, so, I mean, even a second on the timing or a few meters on their positioning. Like, how Genji's going in now, like, is kind of what I wanted you to do. It's basically just like you both would drop down and just burst down whoever. But that defeated flyback, like, see how you're already giving up the choke, really? Just, you took a lot of early damage and now you can't even defend, but... And you're out of Matrix too because you've been in bad spots, so it's kind of like you're Mr. No Resources right now. And your team is really good to notice you fell back and fell back too. So gold star for your team, but... Okay, and I see you staring a hole in those supports. The way to do it is whenever the map opens up like this, Diva can do these sort of sweep plays where you can just be going on Orisa here, and then 2 seconds later you can fly over here and you'd get Soldier by accident, like we didn't know he was here. But even if he wasn't here, like then you're on the back line, you're on Mercy and Kiriko, and you can do that so fast that the Orisa doesn't have time to get to your supports. So those are the types of things, like instead of, if you try and brute force your way through a spear and a flashbang, it's not going to work. I saw you were looking for the supports, but you got to be a little sneakier than this. And your DPS was causing a distraction, so this is fine. And just, I was going to say, play to live in the health pack room and Matrix, but... Oh, he's an idiot, he banned. Okay. And it's hard to keep track of respawners, so I don't really fault you there. You killed enough people that you can get a retake, so... Oh, good job, May. Okay, you'll definitely get a retake. But you can go for a quick Alim while their Orisa's respawning. Orisa's back. Okay. And this is just trolling, because the Orisa can just spear you as soon as you start to remix, so... I mean, you'll get a kill, but again, it's kind of like you're totally forcing the issue when you don't have to be on defense. Okay, well the Orisa missed the spear, so you got away with it. And yeah, like those are the sweep plays, and sweep plays where you come in sneaky like this and then you're on them, so... If you're just a little more patient, I think you'll be doing fine. But your team's had some good moments so far. reset to here, and let's just and okay, I was gonna say instead of Orisa, you can go backline. You just kind of Mercy flew at an awkward angle, and it's kind of like, who do I go for? Well, not Kiriko, because she's got all her abilities. Either Mercy or Cass, and pick one soon, because they're pushing in now, so. Yeah, and even if you had your ultimate, like, your team's just too far away, so you're just giving them ult charge at this point. I don't know if you wanted to swap or what, but...
Grab those goons off the payload! That was only a warm-up.
Good pick by your Ashe. And yeah, it's fine to drop down in Matrix. I mean, your Ashe, I was going to see, like, where are your DPS now? But yeah, your Ashe is here, your Mei's up here. You can actually hold close, and it's fine, because your team can see them. Oh, well, your Ashe got picked. That's unfortunate. And the Mei wall, you can go in. But yeah, I love how you kind of snuck around to the back line when the Orisa started walking forward. So that's what I wanted you to do on first point. Because yeah, you can see how you're trying to go back line whenever you can. Just sometimes it's so early it doesn't work, but then other times, like this, it does. So I guess we can, with the VOD review, recognize that waiting for the right timing where they are coming into your teammates and you can lose the Orisa by doing like these little mini flanks, then that's when it works, it's more likely to work. So hopefully you can see that the timing is the difference.
I'm a professional.
And yeah, don't get poked out, like you were just trying to think of someplace safe. But places like here are good, or here are good, or even health pack. But don't like peek immediately and let them spam you down. Just you're trying to come in as soon as the Orisa loses track of you, and Soldier gets here, or Cass, or if you see anyone separated, then you fling yourself in. The further away you stand, or farther away you stand, the more they're going to see you coming, so. And the more they can poke you out with spam damage. But yeah, you can throw a sideways Matrix at your Ashe. And yeah, that's just taking 400 needless damage from all the DPS, so you need to be closer, you need to be tucked into cover, and then do the drop down. So I think just the range was the problem there, and taking too much poke damage. Okay, well, Orisa failed the skill check the second time, but these remech kills are risky if they've got like a Doomfist or an Orisa, someone who can just quickly stun you, so. But yeah, again, you're great at going for backline once things actually open up. Oh, we're BMing, oh no. But yeah, just holding this place is fine. Your Ashe is up there, you can press them. If D.Va flies up to your Ashe, it's up to you if you want to peel or go for their backline at that point, but... But yeah, they all, you tried to go in, they did the, oh, I'm scared backup play, just reset. Like, okay, you're gonna play scared, okay, I'll back up to my corner too. And we'll just stand here till the end of time, until you do something, because you're on attack. And that time, I think you did just focus a little too much on D.Va when you saw the fly, but... But yeah, when their D.Va used Fly to get away, like that's your opening because she can't really peel for you at that point. Or she can like try and run back, but she already used Fly, so can't actually peel. And yeah, just play safe. Your healers were busy, but I like the idea. Yeah, and the fight's kind of over at this point. If you're under 30% and the fight's over and there's a cliff, just throw yourself off this cliff. Pro D.Va tips. But I mean, really, if they come in and start fighting, you want to be in a mech, so you'd already be coming back if you threw yourself off the cliff. And the their D.Va's not really picking up on this. At this point, your D.Va can literally just fly at someone and not die because you're not there, but...
30 seconds remaining.
Please, Cassidy, peek. Okay, we got the mech.
We can do this. Gotcha. My ultimate is ready.
Okay,
Let's
that's
do this.
unlucky. Well, not really, because you did the horrible play of staying out of mech for so long. And sometimes people will do that and post the scoreboard. I had 2 deaths, and then they were spending like 2 minutes not being in a mech the whole game. But that's fine. Matrix your team and get out. Jesus Christ, you really think you're gonna win this? Okay, well. And yeah, remeching in front of a Cassidy, which I honestly forget if new flashbang interrupts remech or if mech's a movement ability or not, but it was still another risky remech by you, which they did not shoot you, but... And this play would be good ordinarily because you're throwing yourself indoors, so you're basically 1v1ing. The only problem is none of your teammates are even close, so you can do this all you want. It's like I don't know why their Kiriko's not also peeling the cast, because they basically have literally nothing to do except for heal for you. Yeah. Okay, well, we're going to chalk that up to hero plays, so issues so far. Going in too soon, taking too much poke damage, and hero plays. Because you've shown a lot of good mechanics and backline kills as D.Va, so you can get to plat easily if I think you just are a little more disciplined. Okay, and well, yeah, their Kiriko just turned into a name demon. But yeah, see if you can at least force an ult. This is fine.
They're moving the payload. Shut it down.
Yeah, and there really wasn't enough time to slow play that for your team to get back. It was just scuffed when the Kiriko got the kills, but...
The payload has reached the checkpoint.
집중해야 돼.
But this isn't terrible. You made enough good plays to wear their time banks down, at least. And yeah, same thing, like you don't want to rush into them all, but you can at least throw a second, or a Matrix out for a second on your DPS, why not, but... And that cast was far forward, so you would have been even worth it to fly up. And if it doesn't work, then... Okay, my bad, and back up. But as soon as you cross this corner... Okay. Well, your Sojourn flew in like a champ to help you, but I was going to say, you got one pick, but you can give it right back if your team did not follow you this well across basically 2 corners. Then they can just demech you, and then you kind of throw. So I think you got a little too aggressive again. It worked, but I think we're just pointing out trends. Okay, and I was going to say, it's another case of their tank holding the front line and matrixing. You can do another sweep play. Like, you know they're down people, you can just go here and literally be on the Mercy right now. is what I would do, and that's sort of the sneaky kills D.Va can go for. Whenever there's like two paths really close to each other, you can be like, I'm here, nope, and then bam, you're here. So I think you can picking a Mercy would basically make it last fight or stall out, but until last fight. And you took the heavy rockets, which I don't like against smaller characters. Yeah, and they got picks. That's sort of when, and a res. This is might be when, if you had a better sense of things, when you would just run back. But you're kind of just giving them ult charge. And it's too late now. And I'm gonna say this is kind of trolling. Their cast might not have roll and might not be able to get to here, but it's like, imagine you all come back together. It's so easy to retake if you can just throw your ult here. They all scurry into all the corridors, and then you're basically having the easiest retake ever. So some of these ults have been questionable. Yeah, and they did not seek you out while you were remeching again, but you can be surprised, like, once you get to high diamond masters, how much people will be looking for you remeching and, like, fling themselves at you to get the elim. It really caught me by surprise once I started climbing up through diamond, how much people will actually go for you when you remech, but... And that's fine. Oh, their Mercy got real low, but yeah, I like you going for that play. It was safe. If it didn't work, you could back up, but yeah, that's the sort of be patient, and then as they come in, you counterpunch them. That's the sort of D.Va playstyle we're looking for. And you don't even have to cancel boosters once you get the Mercy. You can just say, okay, got my one, and then fly right back, which is a nice, safe technique to use. Okay, you did it. You didn't cancel fly. Good job. And yeah, when things open up and it's safe to go for backline, you always do it. So that part of your game is way better than gold, the way you go for backline. Okay, but we'll see where it goes wrong. If it goes wrong on attack. But yeah, this is fine. Okay, and I was gonna say you can just play safe, but the way Soldier separated himself, you can basically just have payload to hide behind, so good job taking the 1v1, being confident, chasing the Mercy around so she can't res, and as soon as Bastion became a better, so your target priority is great. But so far, so good. The one thing I can say is you can try and take top so they can't have it. As long as you control top, they gotta basically risk themselves going up the staircase, or I guess they can Lifeweaver up, but you're just controlling this, and as long as you have this upper area, they can't really do anything until the payload gets to the bridge, so it's just free push. So I think you missed a chance by just sitting on payload and saying we're playing easy mode. And good play. I mean, once you see there was a heavy response from them and they like double peeled for it, I don't know why you turn your back, but you can just matrix them back up. Okay, I caused my disruption, forced my cooldowns, they all ran to my side of the map. I'll just accept that that was decent and I got a reaction out of them and back up, so. Okay, I don't know what we're doing. This is just an uneven trade. We don't want to get demeched here. There are cases like this where your DPS are on the low ground or your Pharah is not alone. Your Pharah just happens to be down. But cases where you're basically going up alone, and you have to recognize that and just play really safe. Like, okay, I'll shoot them, Matrix, and just back down. And you're just trying to disrupt them. You're not actually going to brute force this. And if you try and brute force this, you're going to get demeched. Okay, that Mercy's death is half on you for staying up there so long. And you can try and help her out, that's fine. Okay, but no, you don't have the health for this, and you're crossing an open area, so your Matrix is going to be out by the time you get here, so this play is just not going to work. Like, take control of the health pack room. It's just a happy accident you would find a Juno here. But just take control of this room, you can go up, take the castle like this. Cheapest way to win is to get like a bat, if they don't hear you, is to just boop them off and then ping them, but you gotta be a little sneakier about how you approach people set up on the high ground. Just be a little more disciplined with your health and your Matrix. Yeah, like you should have held Matrix, but even then you were just gonna last 1 second more. And I don't even, like, just let yourself die. Don't even try and play this blaster game. Yeah, because tick-tock, tick-tock, if the game gets close, think of how much time we're spending trying to get our ult back, or our mech back.
Soldier 76 reporting to duty.
Alright. Okay, and too soon again, which is definitely your theme. Just let everyone come out. You can Matrix them a little, and then as the payload pushes and they start like looking down, then you do it. You guys weren't even in yet. They were not thinking about anything else. They weren't busy shooting at anything. Because if they were shooting at something, they might be like, "Oh, I can shoot for a second," and get themselves killed. But okay, and 2 direct again, like, if you want to just boop them, hold Matrix, and back up, that's fine. You can even, whenever there's these tiny high ground patches, sometimes I'll be in lazy and just stand here and be like, alright, we're crossing, and just boop, throw the Matrix up, and do that until our team crosses, which is a super safe way to play. You don't have to be that safe, but don't feed the mech again. I want you to just be more disciplined with your Matrix and your health, and if you need to, you can pop down and then literally do a play like this and come up from an unexpected angle, or take castle this way. And just because Bastion is using his turn form doesn't mean you have to just stand there and... Because it's like, who are you protecting at this point? Your team's already crossed. You're basically just saying, oh, he uses... whatever, assault for him, I'm gonna Matrix, but you're not really thinking about it or thinking about how you're gonna get out, but... And your team just got kind of picked there, but, I mean, you were low health, so all you could do is run away for healing, and then they made the most of it, but... So attack is rough, but yeah, same thing. You can like even Matrix and walk here. And once they're closer, they'll be thinking like, oh, D.Va's gonna get me, I can't just stand here. Or if you do, you're gonna boop them off or attack them in the side, so... I don't want you to just stand here, use your Matrix, and then do a direct fly. Like, I want you to just not approach it that way. Be a little sneakier.
Going in.
Okay, that's great. You can throw a Matrix out for your team for a second, but yeah, you're getting closer. You're getting on a sneakier angle, so I like the setup here. And your team doesn't have to come with you, necessarily. It would be nice. But yeah, sometimes it's just, if you're D.Va or Winston and your DPS or double hit scan, sometimes it's especially important to play safe, because it's not like they're going to fly up here with you. So... but you still want to just get closer to them. You can be doing your own thing. You don't have to stack with your team, is what I'm saying. And yeah, there's really no chance charging 3 people and an ult, but if they didn't have ults, like, this type of play was gonna work. Like, Lifeweaver and Soldier are back here, you go for them. Like, this would have worked, I have a feeling, if they did not have ults. So, the fact that they're ulting and they might still win, don't let that discourage you. You were making the corrections in real time, and I think it was gonna work, but... Yeah, and if you went away sooner, you might have been able to matrix your team. But we've got Juno ult and Sojourn ult, so like this time, hopefully they can't ult themselves out of it. So let's see the same thing, close the distance, maybe go here in Matrix or Castle. Let's just see you get closer without taking a lot of damage. Alright, good job. I like your positioning. And yeah, you can get this guy. Good job going for the Juno. Yeah, so as soon as you were a little sneakier and things opened up and you weren't just ramming yourself through, like, the picks were there, and that's unfortunate your Juno did this, but yeah, just stuff the doors and try and at least look at one of them to, like, try and or hear footsteps, like I heard the Soldier footsteps, but choose one at least. Yeah, and I don't know why this is a thing where you feel the need to matrix the entire assault form, but if you force this, just back up. Keep your health, and then as they come here, that's when you counterpunch, and just missile into them or fly into them and missile them once their D.Va has to touch. Like, you might be able to sneak this in if their D.Va doesn't turn around, but it's just like more needless damage taking because they've all reacted to you. So just hold safe, and as they come in, get ready to fly into them. Yeah, okay. Well, I mean, you did kind of do it at the end. Their tree's just unfortunate, but yeah, and they ulted themselves out. They're just using better ults for the most part. And there was a chance, but I think it was you have some pretty greedy ults. Like, you basically, there was a chance they would have got off payload, but you at least jumped on the payload and then ulted, so it was hard to hide from, but they're not going to let you C9 this. It's kind of like, I might just rotate out the safe way. If they demech you here, then that's sort of, might even be the game. Okay, that was close. You're giving me a heart attack, but okay, and I know he's low, but it's just you and your supports. Like, you better, like, if you're gonna try this, it better be the rocket boosters, and if you don't get them, you turn right away, because we're just fighting without our team again. Okay, good aim. I like how you carefully got on top of the payload. So this is probably fun. Okay, that Juno just has really good movement, but is this it? Good job, y'all, for the Juno, but yeah, that sort of snowballed. The best way to improve is all the tips we talked about on positioning and movement and sort of when to go aggressive, when to be patient. But if you're specifically looking at that last fight, which they were in the post, your team just wasn't there and you tried to force it, which is kind of been the story of this game. Like you and two supports. Oh, there's soldiers half. That's all I need to see. Let's all in. And then your Ana's like, oh shit, we're going in like Nano. And then if you don't turn into like Masters level aim, the game's over. So you just